Right. Hello and welcome to the podcast. Okay. Welcome back. If you saw the first one, here's the second one. So, today we're joined by two different guests. We're joined by Primrose and Kaya. And today, instead of talking about football, we're going to be talking about two topics. We're going to be talking about, first one, Madeline McCann, and the second one, some conspiracy theories, because that was voted for by the people in the class for which topics they want to talk to. So, how are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
Okay, good. Right, so we're going to start off with the Netflix show about Madeline McCann. Have you guys seen the show? You know what show I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've watched it.
So you haven't seen it, but you have seen it.
Yeah.
Did you watch all of it?
I only watched like the first couple of episodes, but
Yeah.
I did find it quite interesting.
That's why there's 8 episodes.
Yeah, 8 episodes. I think I got to like 6 or something.
Yeah.
Got a bit boring at the end. Like it was come see, come stuff. Right. So what do you think about the show? Obviously, you didn't watch it. So what's your opinion on
I
it?
thought it was quite good. It was quite detailed actually than what I thought it was going to be. But no, I thought it was quite interesting actually.
Yeah.
Because I guess you get to see more into the case than what the news and all kind of show you. So
I agree. It was very in detail. What was your favourite bit about the show?
I think kind of like the bit when they started calling in like all the different news agencies and stuff, because they all just started to dig and watching like the community and stuff, find like different ways to kind of like look for Madeline. But yeah, it was quite. I found that one quite interesting. Actually.
So Prim, did you do you know much about the Madeline McCann situation?
Sort
Sort of, yeah. Okay, so in your opinion, this is what you think. What do you think happened to Madeline? Carl, we'll start with you, Carl. We'll start with you first.
Well, I think one of the theories was kind of her being like trafficked to one of Morocco, I think it was, which it said in the documentary obviously on Netflix. But I thought that was quite like a strong possibility that could kind of happen, because the place where the McCanns were actually staying was at the bottom of Portugal, and it was kind of known for having like drugs trafficked and stuff like that going on. So I think that is quite a big possibility. Yeah. Rather than other theories that I've heard of. So.
Okay, sounds good. Primrose, what's your opinion on Madeline McCann? What did happen to Madeline?
I think Jerry killed her.
Jerry, the father?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, the father. Because he said twice in an interview, it's not like we would hide her body and then a few days later ring the police and say she's gone missing.
Okay, so you think the father did it. What about the mother? Do you think she was a part of it? She didn't know it was happening?
I think she's part of hiding the body, yeah.
Ah, okay. It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
But I could see both possibilities, But I think I'll go with the trafficking one. I think that's a good possibility. In saying that, I've got 5 theories I'm going to tell you, and you can rank them from most possible to ones you think are just plain, just no way. How did that happen? Okay, so we'll start off with the first one, which is the sex trafficking theory. Madeline was taken by traffickers. One private investigator says that the value of Madeline was really high, and the parents would have gotten a lot of money for her. So the second one is the tourism theory. It says that the Portuguese authorities framed the McCanns in a desperate attempt to save tourism trade, so that people like tourists wouldn't think that Portugal was an unsafe place to take their children and go on holiday. The third one, the wandering theory. Madeline simply wandered out of her room on her own free will and was killed by accident. The fourth one was the couple theory. She was taken by a childless couple and raised as their own child. And fifth, the enneagram theory. This is that people don't believe Madeline ever existed, and it was a way for the government to embezzle money. So, with those 5 topics that I just told you, where do you rate them as believable to not believable?
Sex trafficking, believable.
Mm-hmm.
Tourist theory, in the middle.
Okay.
Wondering, most likely.
Okay.
Couple theory. Centre.
Mhm.
And last one.
No. So you say the last one's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Couple, not believable. Wandering, quite possible, and
Yeah.
then the other two kind of mid-ground. Kai, what's your stance on the 5 theories?
I think I kind of agree with Primrose actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you on that. I think the sex trafficking one and maybe the tourism one might be true.
Yeah.
But the end, the one where she's not alive,
No,
that
I
not-
don't think.
yeah.
That's so believable.
So, that was a little bit on Madeline McCann. So now, for our second topic, we'll move conspiracy theories, okay? So, the first conspiracy theory, just before we start, do you guys like conspiracy theories? You know, Prim, you a big conspiracy theory
Fell into
person?
the loophole.
Yeah. Kai, do you like conspiracy theories? Not your thing?
I'm not really that into them.
Not really?
I don't
Wow.
like discussing them.
Hopefully, with these 3, we can change your mind maybe. So, first one is Michael Jackson predicted 9/11. Now, I'm going to show you a picture. The picture will pop up on the screen for the viewers at home. This is the picture. This is the album cover for one of his songs called Blood on the Dance Floor. Now, the reason why this got like a lot of people thinking maybe somehow how did he know is that the clear factors is that you can see a city block and this massive cloud of smoke. So some people think that maybe that could be the Twin Towers when the planes hit, smoke erupting behind him. But also, if you look where his hands are, if you imagine a clock behind him, it would be about 10 to 9. And 9/11 actually happened at 8:50, which is 10 to 9. So some people think that maybe he positioned his arms there and he actually predicted it. So what do you guys think about this? Is it believable? Is it maybe not?
But then again, other programs have predicted it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Could be just like
And SpongeBob.
blind luck. Like, don't know. Kaya, what's your not believing this one?
No, I don't know. I just think people look way too much into stuff. And
Yeah.
I think the allegations with Michael Jackson recently, I just think it kind of gives everyone an excuse to start picking it.
Okay.
I don't know, it might do, but
Maybe.
I don't really.
Okay. So we're going for a no on both, or maybe Prim? You think maybe? Maybe. Okay. I'll go with a no because I think that could be just pure luck that that happened. Right. So on to the second theory. Hitler did not die and escaped to South America and lived in Argentina. So have you guys heard about this theory before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I'll tell you the official story. So the official story is that Hitler shot himself and his wife took a acid pill. Then their bodies was taken up to the surface and burnt as requested. Their bodies did not cremate because the fire was not hot enough. And when the Russians came back, or came to where they were, and they took a body back with them, which they thought was Hitler's. In 2009, they genetically tested the skull, and it turned out the skull matched a 35-year-old woman, which was probably his wife. So people could say that they either took the wrong body, they left Hitler's body there by mistake, but the theory goes on to say that Hitler used one of 3 rat tunnels. Now, a rat tunnel isn't a tunnel dug by rats. It's a sequence of transports that people use to get out of certain countries. So he could have taken maybe a car to a plane, submarine, different kind of like secret methods to get out of the country so he wouldn't be found, and smuggled to Argentina, where he lived in a mansion close to the Chilean border. There was also countless witness reports saying that they saw Hitler in Argentina. A declassified CIA report from the 3rd of October 1955, which was after the Second World War, claims that an SS trooper called Philip Citron says that he met him, and there was also a picture in the file of Philip and Adolf Hitler together. So, what do you think about this theory?
I think it is quite believable, actually. But
Yeah.
then, at the same time, I think surely after the war ended, people would be looking for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they wouldn't have reported
Mhm.
it straight away, if you know what I mean, rather than it.
I
Pretty much.
agree.
You agree?
Mm.
What you could also say is maybe the government didn't want to tell the public that Hitler got away.
Yeah.
That could raise, and then maybe they did capture him, or
Mm,
maybe they just couldn't find him.
yeah.
So, what do you rate that? Believable? Not believable?
Believable.
Believable?
I think it's believable, but I probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on to the third theory is the Pentagon theory. If you guys didn't know, we're going back to the 9/11 situation, and during 9/11 there was 4 planes hijacked by terrorists. 2 headed for the Twin Towers. 1 was heading for the White House, but was taken back by the passengers on the plane, and they tried to land it. And the 4th one hit the Pentagon, apparently. The theory is that it wasn't a plane, and it was actually a missile that America shot themselves and aimed for the Pentagon to use as a false red flag to initiate the start of the war in the Middle East. So the facts are that the FBI saw 85 security tapes, and only 1 remotely showed an object hitting the Pentagon. It was only a single frame, and there was only a single white streak, which is supposed to be a Boeing 757. Missile experts say that the object was too small to be an aeroplane and is more consistent to a cruise missile. If there was a plane, how could a Boeing 757, almost weighing 100 tons, travelling a minimum of 250 miles an hour, only damage the outside of the Pentagon? Also, how could it only damage the ground floor of a 5-story building? And there was no plane debris found going through the wreckage. So, this one, what do you guys think about this? Was it a plane? Was it a missile?
Missile.
You believe it was a missile? Kaya, your opinion on this one? Do you think the government would shoot a missile to kind of initiate the war in the Middle East?
I don't really know. I don't think they would.
No?
I
Don't
don't
think
think
they
They've
would?
been doing that for years, though.
Yeah.
They've been doing it every country.
So, I'm going to say 1 to 3. 1, not believable at all. 2, there could be. Or 3, I think this might have happened. So, start with the Michael Jackson one. Do you think that did happen? He predicted 9/11?
No.
No.
I'd give that
1.
yeah.
1. Hitler not dying and escaping to South America.
2.
Or South Africa.
Yeah, 2.
South America. 2, okay. And the Pentagon one.
2.
2. 2 again. So maybe with a bit more research, we might find something out.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining me on the podcast. Thank you all for watching. Our Instagram will be in the description, popped up on the screen. Be sure to give them a follow for their kind participation in the podcast. I know it's not easy coming on camera, getting asked questions, but you dealt with it well. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.